Yeah, I come from a family of 4 sisters and I'm the eldest. So as a little girl, I used to see a lot of cinema those days, and our time it was Padmini, Kamala, Rahini, Vaijantimala, and I used to enjoy watching them. Every time I come back from a cinema as a little girl, for days together I'll be doing my own dance because I'm so crazy over their dance. See, that's how I used to be. And around our neighborhood, wherever there are functions, we sisters will go and perform to our heart's content and enjoy ourselves. That's how I was from the beginning. Then, when I was about 10 years old, late Sri Gopal Shetty had started classes in Vivekananda Sabha. When I heard that, I used to be so excited. So every day I will go and watch and come back and pester my parents that I want to go and join. Actually, they are not so happy that I dance. But because I was pestering so much, they finally agreed that I joined the dance class. So I started learning dance, attending classes regularly, and taking part in shows, Gopal Shetty's dance troupe shows. Whenever there were shows, I used to take part. Then we had exams, I used to do the exams. I came up to Varnam, I think. Then I had that senior Cambridge exam, so I had to stop. So I finished the exam, I got through. After that, I didn't pursue my study. Instead of that, every time there's a class, I used to attend the class, do practice for shows, and got myself involved in that. So for years I was doing that. Then I got a job in EPF because finance is important for the family. So I applied and I got my job in EPF. So I used to go to work from 4 to 5. 5 I'm back in the dance school, taking classes from Mr. Shetty and practicing and performing. So I went on like that for quite a while. During that time, every year there used to be these Merdeka celebrations, and Gopal Shetty's dance troupe definitely take part in Lay Gardens. It was a big thing, and we had a good time. And we used to share the stage with P. Ramli, the late P. Ramli and Saloma, and it was nice times we had. Then later, while I was in my, I think, late teens, we had started TV Malaysia. So when TV Malaysia was started, Sri Gopal Shetty was called in to choreograph programs like Sarbaneka, Diana, then Pushpariya, then all the Deepavali programs to be choreographed. So every week we used to perform in TV. They will perform, we will perform, they will record on Thursday like that. Saturday, Sunday they will release. So it went on for 1 year. So, and Mr. Shetty wanted to do something Malaysian as well. So he used to compose music, was not Indian music, but a bit Malaysian. The Radio Malaysia Orchestra head was Zainal Abidin and Hamza Dolma. They used to produce the music and other music as well. And the producers like Richard Job, Ahmad Marikan, and Samuel. They used to do the performance, the programs, you see. So we took part almost a year. Every week we will perform in TV. That was the starting of TV Malaysia. There was a point of time I used to think, my God, for me, learning Malay dance, the various styles of Malay dance, was more than my own Indian, like that, because every week we used to perform. And Gopal used to compose movements that looked neither Malay, neither Chinese, neither Indian, some creativity. So we went over almost 1 year doing that performance. That was a nice experience as well. Then we used to perform a lot for all these, corporate shows, a lot of corporate shows. Then Gopal had his own dance drama like Swan Lake, Ramayan, Sita Haran, Siddhartha. So I have taken part in all those performances. Then eventually I got married to Master Gopal. We have three children, and all my three kids are also in dance. And when the kids were all there, I think when my youngest son was about 4 years old, I had the blessing of meeting Swamiji, Swami Shantanand Saraswati, who became our guru. And he was so excited that he has got two dance masters of Malaysia devoted to him. So he requested Gopal and Master Shivadas to start the Temple of Fine Arts. So when we started the Temple of Fine Arts, that's when I started teaching dance. I started teaching Bharathanatyam from that point of time. So we had a lot of shows, also like Swan Lake, Jonathan Livingston, Seagull, Ramayana, then Masuri, Midsummer Night's Dream. I think about 15 to 16 performance productions we had. So I have been part of the help. We were part of the group to get it done, and that was nice. I have, to my credit, about 25 who have graduated. Then before that, while I was in Gopal, before Fine Arts, after going into Swamiji's fold, we had an offer to go to Japan. So Gopal and I, with a few others, had a 6-month tour in Japan, and we had a good time performing. There, even Master Gopal used to we even composed a Japanese dance to Japanese song, but Indian dance, as a welcome dance for every evening. So we had such fun, a good time. I was exposed to a lot of these things, not only Indian dance, a lot of other Malaysian varieties that we learned. And after marriage, it was only Fine Arts. I taught there, and I performed also. Every year when we had our yearly performances, then we were in the prime as well. So every year we used to perform on stage, like Indaro, Jagadananda Karaka, Sadhanjani, all these classics we used to perform as part of the offering. So first half used to be all these classical pieces, second half will be the dance drama. So that was very nice. And we had a lot of students who were roped into this. Because it's a school show, we roped in a lot of students, and they were also exposed to all this. And Swamiji's dream is, Swamiji's goal is a dancer from the Temple of Fine Arts should know all the styles that we teach. So we teach Kathak, Bharathanatyam, Odissi, Kuchipudi, and a bit of folk and all. So they should be versatile to do all these forms. So all our shows had these forms incorporated into our dance dramas, And so he used to say, I don't want to see your streamlining and becoming only one and I don't do anything else. No, Fine Arts motto, learn all. When you perform, you should be able to perform in all the styles. That is the end product of Temple of Fine Arts. So we all try. So that was his dream. I hope it will come true, and all our students. As it is, the students, they do take part in a few styles they learn. But with the current things, school and all, not all are so committed like our times. You see, for me, I didn't know that dance is my drive or I just was led into, and because I wanted it so much, I just went into it. And lucky for me, my 3 kids also are like that. So my daughter is in Australia. She is the head of Temple of Fine Arts there. My elder son, Ravi, he is a graduate of Fine Arts, teaches here and does the sound and light. My youngest fellow is he has masters in choreography. He did a degree in performing arts and he teaches in ASK, contemporary, head of contemporary there. So I'm happy that way that we are all in it. So that was nice, Anyway, at the age of, you see, when I see all the dance forms, in my personal opinion, I used to love Odissi because you hear the music itself, it just elevates you up, you know. And then when they come and dance, it's like being in heaven. I used to feel fantastic, and I used to enjoy watching this Odissi performance. So I never thought I would learn it. We had no opportunity. But I used to enjoy it. I used to enjoy watching Odissi. Then Geeta came into our fold. When Geeta was here, I enrolled myself. I was 65. I said, no, before I die, I better learn this. So I enrolled myself and learned Odissi. I learned, I think, about five items. And then one of the Navaratris, every Navaratri we have program, and all our students will take part, and all those teachers who can and who want to offer can do offering. And Geeta said, no, why don't we all go to JB and do our offering in Odissi? So I was also part of that. When Swamiji saw me in doing Odissi, he said, what? You are learning Odissi also? Very good, Radha. I want you to come to Chennai for my birthday to show that even parties can dance. So that year I went to Chennai and did Odissi in Chennai for his birthday. Because I was so crazy, I was thinking, Abba, at last I've learned Odissi. At that time our style was Deva Prasad, and that's all we were exposed to. Though earlier we had Kelicharan who came here, and Swamiji wanted him to be our guide and lead. But somehow, since Geeta's teacher was Deva Prasad, we were familiar with the style, so we went on. And we didn't venture. But now, our styles have changed. We had Kelucharan Mahapatra style. So I had good time performing. Then later, I would have gone on with the classes more. But I tried to be very smart. I did some wrong things and hurt my knee. Ever since then, I gave up. Now already, what is that to done? But that Odissi performances I did, I enjoyed. I liked Odissi a lot. When I did, I realized, I think all the time it was there. There's no such thing that, oh, at this point of time, I have realized no. All the way it was dance, not realizing that is part of me, part of my wanting to be, and part of what I am, what I feel. So I just got involved and went on. And now I realize, yeah, it was my passion. That's why I stuck on to it for the rest of my life until now. I'm 80, I still teach, you know. I don't have to get up and teach, but I can teach. So it goes on. So there, maybe my passion was as a child, I can say. My realization as a child when I started dancing. You see, that was, I think, where my passion, and as a child maybe I didn't realize. Even now, when I read this sentence, oh Lord, this is my call. This is what I wanted, and I did what I wanted. You see, I just realized that. But all the time it was there. Though I went to school, I got the certificate, I worked in EPF, yes, that's all part of the thing. But what I enjoyed, what I wouldn't miss was my classes, my rehearsals, my performances. And the Master Gopal was such a taskmaster. Every time the performance, he'll kill us and then send us performance. So if the performance is good, he will say it's good. If it is bad, he'll say, I think you old ladies can retire. Sorry, what each of you doing your own dance? He'll scold us like that. So every time the dance item finishes, we'll come. How he did? When he says nice, we know we have hit it so well. It was nice to work with him. It was nice to work with him. Every time they are composing, he and Vatsala Shivadas and he, good partners to compose and discuss and all. We all just train and be part of the group only. I don't even venture into. But whenever we are going back home after a rehearsal, after a choreography, in the car he will ask, Radha, whatever we composed today, how was it? So I said, oh, you want my opinion, huh? Because we never get that. Yeah, he's like that, He'll ask everybody's opinion. How is it? Is it nice? Have you got any ideas? That was one thing about him. Taskmaster, I tell you. He'll kill you. I talk for myself as an Indian. It is so important for the Indian children to know their culture. And if at all, and like our school, when Swamiji started Fine Arts, he wanted to charge minimum so that people don't hesitate to send their children. He said, you don't have to produce really fantastic dancers, that if you're lucky and you get children with the aptitude and they want to go on good, but at least you spread the knowledge of art to everybody. Our people must know our art. So we had very minimum charges, and classes were there, Navaratri was there, children enjoyed, and at least I can say through fine arts, a lot of people now know what is dance, what is music. We have exposed to the Malaysians a lot in that way. And Navaratri, whether they are in stage 1 or stage 5 or finish Arangetam, we put them all on stage according to their capacity, and all the children were allowed to perform. And that was a great joy for the parents. Once a year the children are all on stage and they are so happy. So that's a sort of a growth and exposing the culture to the that's how. And those who take it seriously, the very fact they are serious and they are passionate, it will not be a problem to work hard, because as dancers there is no time limit to stop. The more you do, the more you realize you have not done, and so you have to go on. The heights are such heights, very hard to achieve, you see. So it's not the end product, but the passion to go on and explore a lot of new things and a lot of new levels of performances, levels of understanding the art. So it's so nice. All those who take it seriously, it's the healthiest career. It's maybe generally, if you have your own school, a lot of ups and downs, even fine arts, lots of ups and downs. But the passion to dance and to be in this atmosphere makes you feel okay, so what, life is hard, but we enjoy what we're doing. And that keeps us going, you see. So it's nice. And the people who take it seriously must not think of money, but must think of art for art's sake. Swamiji always says, art for art's sake. So we have to promote that, and I hope we do that. And I think we are doing quite well. But now with the current situation, I find the children are drawn with a lot of things, So their concentration is not like how we were. It's not so many things in life for them, in their school and other activities, tuition, so many things. So very hard for them to put in total concentration, unless with the mindset, they say, okay, I don't want all that, I want to dance. And that not all parents like that. Nowadays, they want to educate to get a job, to become somebody. Art is secondary, but slowly it is dying. My children, somehow we have come out of it. You see, like that, slowly I hope the idea changes. Oh, artist means very hard to survive. But if you go to office or if you're somebody, your pocket is full. That's the current attitude. But slowly, if all think art has got value, and if it is put in the right way, artists will be well looked after by the great, what? I forget his name, Swami Shantan Saraswati. He will take care of us all. Because for Swamiji, artist is next to God. And all artists, he has high respect, high respect for artists. One of his birthday performances we had in Kasi, in Benares, So he invited the great Kathak master K. Brinju Maharaj ji to come to Kasi for Swamiji's birthday. And what he did, he honored him by putting him on a palanquin and let our boys carry him, and put him on stage. That much of respect he has. Artist for him is great. He loves artists. And he is himself, he never learned dance, but his inclination towards art is so much. There are some times when we are choreographing and all, and unable to get a movement, the way he will say and the way he will float, sometimes like floating it looks so beautiful to look. It is in him. That art is in him, It's so nice. He's no more with us, but his memories will keep us going. We come here, we think of him. And everybody who comes here, they always say, at the beginning especially, there's something beautiful about this place. Nice to be around here. So we say it's all his grace. And Swamiji's and Gopal's dream is that fine arts comes to an international repute, producing a lot of dancers, not go into pockets, but expand. I hope we reach that. Now, coming to my family, my husband was my guru and the taskmaster. So I knew what it is to be self-disciplined and work hard. He doesn't compromise. What he sees, he must get the students do it. So I had a good opportunity. So my children, like Suki Shetty, my daughter, she also went through the same mill, and she has produced a lot of graduates and works very well. And like our Swamiji's dream is a student of fine arts or a performer of fine arts not only should know all the styles, because we teach all the styles like Bharathanatyam, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Kathak, Contemporary. It's good to imbibe all, and when they perform, they should be able to perform all these styles. So there, my children have, to some extent, are quite qualified in this. And like my daughter, she teaches Kathak, Bharathanatyam, Odissi, not really, but performs. But now her children are going to be graduated in Bharathanatyam. Like her one son, he's already finishing his degree in law, and the other one is doing second year science. The third one is almost finishing also. So, and my wish and my advice to them is, don't stop. Go more further and further. Like they are the chief of the old block, which is Gopal Shetty. So they should persevere to reach heights better than their grandparents. And it's a gift to the culture, if they really think about it and get better. That's for my daughter. And my daughter is fine. She has established herself, teaches well, and her most important part of her dance career was when she had her children as small babies. The babies were small and she had so much of performance, but she coped well with all that. Looking after the kids, performing, never missing the shows. Swamiji used to have yearly productions, and she was in all the productions. She really came up doing both together and as a role model for so many of us. I admire it when I see her do both. That's for her. And my eldest son, he's a graduate of Bharathanatyam, teaches Bharathanatyam here, and he has taken part in a lot of performance where he is the character role. He has taken character roles, and he always left an impression on stage, and he did it well. But now he feels his line of teaching is his passion, so he's teaching. And my advice to him is, he has to also make sure that the children know what they are going in for work hard and come up. And my youngest son, he is a passionate one like my husband, a taskmaster, a graduate of contemporary arts from WAPA, and a master's degree in choreography. He is the head of the Inner Space, extension of the Temple of Fine Arts. And he always wants to do things that are really excellent. So all the performers who get trained under him can be very sure there's no compromise. He will take them to the next level, and become international. So many productions that he has done under Inner Space and won so much of recognition, you know. And the last was the Darbar Festival, where he worked with, they collaborated with Maven Koo and did performance in London. And the rehearsals was by Umesh Shetty and Vasuki, and Umesh Shetty is a taskmaster, so he made sure that they get hit high, and they were well received in London. Well received. That was the best performance, and they were making so much of excited statements about Temple of Fine Arts and what we can do. A lot of only boys took part, you know, about 8 boys in this Darbar. So like that, he is so passionate, and he hits the Inner Space. So Inner Space, he will take it to a next level and to make it internationally recognized. But so I wish all these professional dancers and the young upcoming full-time dancers will join him, and you know, with him, like giving a clay to a potter, where he will mold them for sure, and he can have a good group and that will perform and bring credibility to the art form in an international stage. That's my wish for him. And he is hardworking, and he will not leave you until he sees what he wants to see. So people who go under him, artists who go under him or dancers who go under his training and bear with him, definitely will rise high. Umesh's wife, my daughter-in-law, Subhashini Thambia, is also a Bharathanatyam graduate of the Temple of Fine Arts. She is also an associate professor and consultant chemical pathologist with the Faculty of Medicine and Health Science at the University Putra. She is very supportive of Umesh's work and the growth of the Temple of Fine Arts and Swamiji's dream that it comes true. And his children, like his eldest daughter, is already a degree doing second year in contemporary arts in WAPA itself. The youngest son was one of the participants in the Darbar Festival, though he is still a student and not graduated in Bharathanatyam, but he has come up a long way. And in school, he is doing culinary arts, doing a degree in culinary arts. Whereas my Ravi Shetty, his wife is the Bollywood teacher here. She's passionate about Bollywood and carrying it to a very perfect level. So she's all out in that field, and she's doing well there. The children are in the levels of graduation but not completed. The eldest one is in health, doing science, a degree in science. The second was still in school, Form 4. So you see, my advice is for everybody, but I want to see it taking off in my family, within my family, so that they will take the art to the next level. This is my wish. And my son, he has won the Anugraha, Sini Anugraha from Agong, you know, as a top dancer, Umesh Shetty. And so he is all in that. He is the strength of that dance form that he puts out. And he is very, very, very committed to do all the styles on one stage. And there was one show where he took 5 performers, and the 5 performers did all the styles on the stage, doing the 5 styles, but by the same dancers, to show that we should be able to do different styles and appreciate the art in all these styles. Yeah, coming to my question as to what I would like to tell my fellow dancers and professionals, students, whoever who are pursuing this. I have been in this dance life for almost 65 years, and I've gone through the mill and I've seen the ups and downs. I learned a lot through performance, my mistakes, my getting better, my teaching, my techniques of teaching, and what it means to work hard and what it means to sort of understand your weak areas and work further to get improved. So I have gone through all that, and I've been lucky that the masters who took care of me are very stringent and very strict, and they are taskmasters. So I had learned a lot. So what I like to tell to the small students who are currently pursuing the dance classes, I think it's good if they listen to their teacher, absorb whatever they have to say, because like Bharathanatyam, Aramandi, Natyarambam, posture, where the hands go, the eyes must go, all these little things, swastikams, padavedas, and footwork, clarity of footwork, these are all very important to be a good dancer. So as students, it's nice and it's very important that they follow this from the teachers. Attend classes regularly, follow, and dream high. Dream big, dream big, where they think one day they must become good performers. And it's also for the parents to encourage these kids, at home to practice. They come back and give their results to the teachers, so the teachers, when they see good work done, it's an inspiring thing to teach the children. So that's very important for the young ones. For those who have already become graduates and are in performing, it is very important. If you are a performer, it's important to practice daily. Daily, if you practice, your performance level will remain or even go better. But the moment you slacken your rehearsals, you will find you can't produce what you could have. So that's the sad part. And also when they rehearse, it's good to keep in line with what are their weak points, where they should improve to become better, give a better performance the next time, like that. So it's an ongoing thing where they go on working, producing, reflecting, and then only their standards will get better, and they also will feel good to be part of this dance circle. And it's very important to performers to see without prejudice, go to all the shows, see what the others have to say, and don't be so negative. Be open and see, grasp what you can, or be happy and imbibe what you can. And you shouldn't sort of curb and say, no, others are not good, I'm the best, I'm not interested in seeing that sort of a thing. It's not very healthy, you see. All of us have our versions to say. So it's good that we go for the other performance by the other artists and sort of support them. It's so important. Normally we out of time frame and all, we slacken this area, but it's good to see a lot of performance. So it's healthy coming together in that way. So that is for performance. For full-time dancers who are professionally inclined, it goes the same way. They have to practice daily. They have to not only practice, study, reflect what are the deeper parts of the art form, so that they sort of get into the depth of it, and each time they perform, new approaches can be, from within, new approach will come out. And it's a very good growth. And art is something, especially performing, there's no You cannot say this is the end, I've come to the best. No, the more you do, the more you become aware, and the more you have to climb up. So have a far vision, a very big dream, and work towards it if you want to be professional. That's what my advice to all the young ones. Be passionate, dream high. If you take it as your profession, don't be happy with half measures. Always go to reach the tops.